The Lalieudorhynchus was a strange and fascinating creature that roamed the Earth millions of years ago. This prehistoric mammal had a unique appearance, resembling a cross between a hippo and a pig, with a long snout and short legs. While it may seem like a strange and obscure animal, the Lalieudorhynchus played an important role in the evolution of animals, and scientists continue to study its fossils and remain to better understand the history of life on Earth. In this video, we'll delve into the intriguing world of the Lalieudorhynchus, exploring its physical characteristics, behaviors, and place in the broader context of the animal kingdom. Join me on this fascinating journey back in time as we learn more about this creepy yet captivating creature. The Lalieudorhynchus is thought to have lived during the Eocene epoch, which lasted from around 56 to 34 million years ago. During this time, the Earth was a very different place than it is today. The continents were in different positions, and the climate was much warmer and more humid. The Lalieudorhynchus was part of a diverse group of mammals known as the condylarths, which were among the first mammals to develop hooves. Despite its hippo-like appearance, the Lalieudorhynchus was actually more closely related to whales and dolphins than to hippos. This is because all of these animals belong to a group of mammals called the pseudorhodactyls, which includes both the artiodactyls, hoofed animals like cows and deer, and the cetaceans, whales, dolphins, and porpoises. The Lalieudorhynchus is thought to have been a herbivore, using its powerful jaws and teeth to munch on tough vegetation. In spite of the fact that the Lalieudorhynchus is presently terminated, it could be an intriguing case of the extraordinary differences of life that has existed on our planet over millions of a long time. By studying these ancient animals, researchers can pick up a much better understanding of how life has advanced over time and how our possessive species fits into the bigger setting of the normal world. The Lalieudorhynchus may be gone, but its bequest lives on, inspiring us to proceed investigating and learning almost the world around us. Whereas the Lalieudorhynchus is not around nowadays, it has cleared out behind an intriguing bequest for paleontologists to investigate and learn from. Fossils of this animal have been found all around the world, from Antarctica to South America, and offer a see into the past and the advancement of warm-blooded creatures. In spite of its, to some degree, frightening appearance, the Lalieudorhynchus was a profoundly adjusted creature, able to outlive in an extent of situations and indeed swim in water. Its special highlights, such as its huge tusks and hippo-like jaws, likely played a vital part in its nourishing propensities and intuitive with other creatures. By and large, the Lalieudorhynchus is an intriguing and to some degree strange warm-blooded animal that has captured the intrigue of researchers and devotees alike. By examining its remains and piecing together its story, able to gain a more profound understanding of the characteristic world and the different animals that have occupied our planet over millions of a long time. The reason why Lalieudorhynchus is terminated isn't completely clear, as there's restricted fossil proof accessible. In any case, analysts have proposed a few hypotheses. One hypothesis recommends that a move in climate designs amid the Paleocene-Ecocene warm most extreme PETM period may have caused noteworthy changes within the environment, driving to the termination of certain species. Another hypothesis recommends that competition with other mammalian species, such as the rise of early primates, may have too played a part in their termination. Besides, chasing by early people or other predators may have moreover contributed to their end. It is accepted that Lalieudorhynchus may have been simply prey due to their huge estimated moderate development. Human exercises such as deforestation, agribusiness, and urbanization have moreover contributed to the termination of numerous species. And it is conceivable that Lalieudorhynchus may have been affected by these components as well. Whereas the extinction of Lalieudorhynchus and other antiquated species is terrible, it serves as an update of the significance of preservation endeavors to ensure the biodiversity of our planet. By learning almost the history of these terminated species and the variables that driven to their end, able to work towards anticipating the same destiny for other species that right now occupy our planet. Later thinkers have recommended that the termination of the Lalieudorhynchus was caused by a combination of components, counting competition with other herbivorous, well-evolved creatures and changes in climate and vegetation. Amid the late Oligocene and early Miocene periods, when the Lalieudorhynchus flourished, the climate was cooler and drier, which favored open meadows and score living spaces. In any case, as the climate changed and timberlands expanded, the Lalieudorhynchus's favored territories got to be rare, decreasing their nourishment supply and making them helpless to predation. Despite their extinction, the Lalieudorhynchus and other ancient mammal species have left an important legacy in the fossil record. Scientists have been able to use their fossils to gain insights into the evolution and diversity of mammals and to better understand the ecological and environmental conditions of the past. In addition, the Lalieudorhynchus serves as a reminder of the fragility and vulnerability of life on Earth and the need to protect and conserve the natural world. As the Lalieudorhynchus is an extinct species, there can be no future forms of the creature in the traditional sense. However, advancements in genetic engineering and cloning technology have raised the possibility of bringing extinct species back to life through a process called de-extinction. While this is still in the experimental phase and has its ethical and ecological concerns, it is an area of research that could have implications for the conservation of endangered species and the restoration of ecosystems. One potential approach to de-extinction is to extract DNA from preserved specimens of the Lalieudorhynchus, which could then be analyzed and used to reconstruct its genome. Once the genome is sequenced, scientists could use CRISPR gene editing technology to introduce the reconstructed DNA into the genome of a closely related living species, such as a hippopotamus or a manatee. This could potentially give rise to a hybrid creature with traits of both species, including those of the Lalieudorhynchus. Another potential approach is to use the same genome reconstruction techniques to create a synthetic genome of the Lalieudorhynchus, which could then be inserted into a host cell. The resulting cell would contain the DNA of the extinct species, and if the cell could be coaxed into dividing, it could potentially give rise to a living Lalieudorhynchus. However, this is currently still in the realm of science fiction, as the technological and scientific challenges involved are immense. Despite the potential for de-extinction, there are many ethical and ecological considerations that must be taken into account before bringing extinct species back to life. Some scientists argue that de-extinction could divert resources and attention away from efforts to preserve existing endangered species and habitats. Others point out that the ecosystems that the Lalieudorhynchus once inhabited may no longer exist, and that reintroducing the species could disrupt existing ecological balances. Additionally, there are concerns about the welfare of de-extinct organisms and whether they would be able to adapt to a world vastly different from the one they originally evolved in. Whereas the Lalieudorhynchus may never exist once more in its unique frame, Propel's and hereditary designing and cloning innovation offer the plausibility of making crossovers or indeed engineered forms of the terminated species. In any case, the moral and biological suggestions of de-extinction must be carefully considered sometime recently moving forward with any endeavors to bring back terminated animals. In conclusion, the Lalieudorhynchus was an interesting and captivating animal that meandered the soil millions of a long time back. In spite of its hippo-like appearance, it was really a warm-blooded animal that lived a semi-aquatic way of life. Whereas we may never see a living Lalieudorhynchus once more, the fossils that have been found grant us a see into the past and a more noteworthy understanding of the differences of life that once existed on our planet, as we proceed to ponder and learn approximately ancient animals just like the Lalieudorhynchus, able to pick up profitable understanding into the advancement of life and soil and the potential for future adjustments and changes. Maybe one day, through Propel's and hereditary designing and other innovations, we may indeed be able to bring terminated animals back to life. But in the meantime, we can appreciate the mysteries and wonders of the natural world and the fascinating creatures that once roamed the earth, like the Lalieudorhynchus. Let us continue to explore and uncover the secrets of our planet's past and use that knowledge to better understand and protect the world we live in today.